Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today I went with my wife. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm married now, so yay. But I went with my wife and one of my best friends and his girlfriend to check out this local antique dealer's basement. He was having a little clearance sale. He has a bunch of cool random stuff stored away in his basement, and my wife is an antique dealer, but he also has some board games and some cool stuff. I picked up an old 3.5 D&D starter set with the old pre-painted miniatures last January when I was there. And even though I'm technically not buying, miniatures for the rest of 2021, it's more so like, any miniature that I could buy in a store, I was putting the kibosh on that. But things that you find covered in dust in someone's basement that are like much rarer, harder to find, that was the exception, and it just so happened I found some cool stuff. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. So first up, this was the last thing that I saw. I got these doubloons. I got a set of about, 7 or 8 of them. But yeah, they're copper and silver colored. And they got these cool skulls on one side, and then some sort of mystical looking map or riddle on the other. And yeah, they come in both like on this like silvery copper or, bronzy gold. Oh, not silvery copper. I don't know. It's hard to tell exactly what this is. It's kind of like a tarnished silver, I guess. And then this is definitely more of a gold. But I thought these are pretty great. They're made out of, metal. It's got a nice chunk to them. I don't know if you can hear that. But I feel like this would be a really good play prop, for when you're playing a game of D&D and your players, unlock a treasure chest and find some really cool ancient, maybe cursed valuables. This is something you could just spill out of a pouch onto the table and let them play with. Yeah, anything that just makes the game a little more tactile. So that was the first cool thing I wanted to share with you guys. Even like I said, I found it on the way out. And this is the next thing. This was actually the first thing I found. This is an old, get the dice out of the way, official Dungeons and Dragons dice tower, literal dice tower. It's got 4 little parapets. And then you can see that it has these 3 holes for rolling dice in. And I practiced with it. It's not as good for plastic dice. They kind of don't have enough, mass or, weight to drag them through all the way and make them really rattle. But if you have metal dice, well, it gets a little stuck. But, all right, let's try that again. So with these guys, you really have to, let's see, the back one's the best, but you can just drop your dice through here. And yeah, it's just a neat little themed dice tower set. The dragon's pretty cool. I don't usually use dice towers, but I've actually never seen one this neat and detailed. And I just never seen it before, so I had to have it. I think it cost me like a couple bucks. This guy was great. I think I got all this stuff for $20, and I'll show you what the bulk of that was spent on. Now, this was pretty exciting. This was an old Clue game of D&D. I had just been in a store recently and saw the new 5th edition D&D set for Clue, but I'm a big fan of 3rd edition. Even though I didn't play a lot back in the day, I always loved the aesthetics and these characters too. Like, these were the main characters, Redgar, Tordek, Malay, I think Nebin. I'm not as familiar with her, but, and then Ember, the monk. They're all color-coded, so they can be the different characters from Clue. But, in all these little miniatures, one, not the most detailed, but they are metal, as well as these little magical items, which I thought was really cool, because now, like with those little medallions or little doubloons, I can hand these out during a game too, so when people open up a treasure chest, there's actually like a little metal miniature of the item that they've received. And yeah, like some of them are like the Vorpal Blade or the Mace of Disruption. You can name them whatever you want in your game, but I just thought these would be really neat to hand out to players, give them more of a tactile sense of what's happening in the game, in that game world. And the board's pretty cool too. So let me crack this open. I don't know if I'm actually going to keep the box. It's a neat box. I love the design. Actually, I love how the gnome, he's holding a player's handbook, circa 2001. The board itself is pretty neat. It's small, but obviously folds out into the standard game board size. And yeah, you got these cool little dungeon tiles, all the themed rooms. some really neat, you know, illustrations in the different rooms, and it plays the same as Clue for the most part. You know, you're trying to figure out who did what, where, like which one's a doppelganger, which character is, you know, an actual shapeshifter, who killed the archmage in what room with what magic weapon. And then there's these little claw marks here. So if you want to play with these advanced optional rules, you can have monsters appear, like wandering monsters like a goblin, skeleton, bugbear, or beholder. And then if you defeat them, you get like some bonus, you know, just to give it a little bit more D&D flavor. And the miniatures themselves, you know, they're pretty small. I'd say they're more akin to like the old Ral Partha lead miniatures. And they're metal. Actually, I don't know what the exact metal is, but it's not very high quality stuff. But, you know, for what they are and for the charm of them, I couldn't resist. Like, I love, yeah, this Tordek guy, he's actually got some decent detail to him. And then the weapons are really cool, like this flaming battle axe, or the ring of magic missiles. I feel like some people will get very excited when I hand this out in in an upcoming game. My poor little halfling rogue, her arm broke off when I was playing with it, but that'll be an easy fix. And then I am looking forward to actually cleaning these guys up. I know they're probably supposed to be a little weathered looking, so it looks like they, you know, have more detail, but I'll probably just give them like a little scrub with some hot water and dishwasher soap. And then I actually want to paint them up. You know, nothing super crazy, but I think these would look really neat painted up. And then maybe do the same for the weapons too. Although I do like these little, you know, kind of hokey looking bare metal magic items. Oh yeah, this one's just super cool. I'm actually not super familiar with this weapon, but I just love the idea of a mace on the tip of a sword. This is just pretty neat looking. That was my haul today. I had a great time kicking around with La Rue Vintage, or this my wife's business name. She got a bunch of cool like brass bookends. I had my other friends, they picked up some cutting boards and an old print of Shakespeare actors from like 1888. It always pays, you know, to go poke around in dusty old basements or dungeons, you know, like real life D&D. You'll find some really cool treasures in some of the forgotten corners of the world. You just have to get out of bed a little bit earlier and actually go take a look. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed checking out that cool little trip down D&D memory lane. Hope it gives you guys some inspiration and ideas for what you might want to use in your next games, or keep an eye out for the next time you're dragged along to an estate sale or a yard sale. Thanks again for watching, and remember, whatever life throws at you, roll with it.